it's Joey. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome to part 2 of my vlog of the O.W.L.s magical readathon, or just April in general. It's the 16th of April, and in the 2 days that have passed since my last vlog ended, I haven't read anything new. I think tonight I'm gonna get started on Strange the Dreamer. I'm back at school now, so I don't have as much free time, but I also don't have any other things going on except for school, so I think I should still be able to get through the TBR. Aside from this one, which is really large, this is the main challenge. I still have to read Othello and Pumpkinheads, which I have on ebook. They should both be pretty manageable as well. Plus I'll be rereading Metamorphosis. And then I've got a couple other extras which may or may not happen. But yeah, I'll leave it at that and get on with my evening. I feel like the lighting over here does something weird to my face. It is Sunday and I'm determined to make good use of this day. I slightly slacked off yesterday, but I'm determined to get back on track. I have started reading Strange the Dreamer and I kind of want to get it done by the end of this week. Basically tonight I think I'm going to do a hell of a lot of reading, try and catch up. I don't really have much to update from the past few days. I didn't film like anything, but you know how it is. Quarantine life is not that interesting. And I will leave you now.
Spring busted in like it wanted blood. Smile on your face like you'd owe me one. I liked you more when you were cold. No pretense to the shades you throw. How can you build from this pile of stones? Stress in the dirt, melancholy bones.
Hello, thought I'd give you a real authentic update right now. My fringe needs to be cut today. Because if I just show you the nice like food and time lapses, you're missing out on what most days of school are like. By the end of the school day, I'm just a disheveled mess. I just thought I'd very quickly talk about what I'm doing in theatre right now, because it's... try not to make too much of a mess. It's pretty damn exciting. It's a lot, but it's exciting. And since technically I've made Metamorphosis one of my texts for this readathon, I think I'm warranted in talking about it a little bit. I know this might be a bit boring, so I'll keep it short. 3 weeks ago when the last term finished, we had a white card presentation where we all gave our pitch for like what we want the production to look like. Last week we kind of had a discussion about, well, it was about like the context of the production. Metamorphosis was originally written in, I think, the 20s or 30s, and the script adaptation was written in the 60s. So it's obviously kind of set historically, and we were kind of imagining a mix between 1920s and 50s aesthetics, I guess. We just like had this conversation about putting it in a modern context instead, and it changes a lot of things. It doesn't necessarily change like a whole intention or what we're trying to do with the story, but it changes a lot of specifically for other areas of production. Luckily, as director, I haven't really gotten into my part yet so far. I've just done a lot of thinking about the text and interpreting it. We're kind of trying to look at consumerism a bit more. Like, we're looking at a rigid, oppressive society, and we were kind of looking at more of industrial capitalism, if you think like factory. I guess the more relevant way to look at capitalism is in terms of consumerism, because that's the state of capitalism that we live in now. And yeah, it changes a lot in terms of, especially in terms of aesthetics, it changes a lot, but it's really cool. I just had a meeting about that, talking specifically about the set. Now we have to go and talk about all of it with costume as well. Sounds kind of okay. Now that gives me a whole other direction to go in when rereading the script, because I still do need to do that. As for a reading update, I got a bit further through Strange the Dreamer last night. I'm on page 70, but that's not where I was hoping to get. Alright, it is getting dark now, and I should have a shower and eat dinner. So bye.
You've taken the cake and eaten it too. So reap what you bake and let them eat you. You've taken the cake and eaten it too. So reap what you bake and let them eat you.
We are all, by any practical definition of the words, foolproof and incapable of error.
Hello, long time no see. Not for you so much, but from my end, I haven't given an update in a long time. Right now, there is 3 days left of the readathon, so I should probably fill you in. I finished 2 books since you last saw me. Although not quite. First of all, I finished No One Is Too Small to Make a Difference, and my basic thoughts are this would be good to own as like a coffee table book and just dip into if you want a bit of energy or motivation in terms of activism, or specifically climate activism. So not the best to just kind of read through, but I'm glad I've read it, I guess. Strange the Dreamer, I have almost finished. I've got about 100 pages left, and I think I'm going to finish that off literally right now. So I'm counting that as basically done. I've just been loving it so much. I really want to buy myself a copy because, I mean, first of all, look at how beautiful this cover is. Why would you not want to own this? But just secondly, I enjoyed it so much. I really loved the characters and the themes that are explored, and obviously the writing. I'll talk more about this in the wrap-up, but basically loving it. So then there's 3 more things I kind of have to read for my TBR. First of all, Othello. I'm gonna be honest with you, I really don't feel like picking this up. If you aren't aware, I have to study this for literature, and I like read through it once while I was watching a stage play recording, so I have like read it, and so now like I need to reread it to kind of annotate and have more analytical thoughts, I guess. Just haven't read Shakespeare in a very long time, and I'm not really sure how to annotate it, and I feel like if I am going to reread it, I need to give myself a bit of time and make it useful. So I think I'm gonna not do this one. This is for the prompt to read a book set by like the beach or the coast. And I do have one other option for it, which is Ian Mcewan's On Chesil Beach. I've heard a lot about this book, about the author. It is pretty short, like I think I could get through this fairly quickly. I might just like switch to this book. I think I'll find it easier to get through. And finally, I've got the Metamorphosis script. I have read it once, but I did say that I was going to read it 3 times to make up for the fact that it's actually in a collection with 2 other plays. I plan to reread it another time in the next few days, but I don't know if I'll get up to 3, so hopefully 2 out of 3 is fine. I think I'm going to do the same thing I did in my last vlog where I take you through a whole day. Today we have just like private studying because we were meant to have cross country, so we don't have classes, but I still have work to do, and then at some point I need to do a 3k run, and that's my day. I'm gonna head off now and finish off Strange the Dreamer. Wow, I really want to read the next book now, but I'm just gonna get on with it. It's currently 10:15 and my day has finished. I read up to page 79 of On Chesil Beach, which is just under halfway through, so that's some good progress. As you saw, I finished Strange the Dreamer. Did all my practice questions except for global politics, but I did finish off those notes. And I went for my 3k run, which I finished under 25 minutes, which means I got a point for my house. I don't know if I mentioned this, but it was for house cross country, which they wanted to keep running kind of remotely. But yeah, gonna go to bed now. Have the second part of my theatre assessment tomorrow, first thing in the morning, so hopefully that goes well. I need my rest for it, so good night. And then I didn't film anything for the last few days of the readathon. Yeah, not the strongest end to this vlog, but I think I'm just gonna leave it there and leave it as a bit of a surprise whether or not I finished my TBR. I'll talk about it in a wrap-up, so you can find out then whether I was successful. But for now, I'll leave this as the end of the vlog. I feel like I haven't really been talking about the books that much or my thoughts on them. I've just been giving you updates on how I'm doing or like what else I'm doing. I also realized I haven't taken part in the readathon like I wanted to on other platforms like Twitter, or like, I'm pretty sure there was a form you could fill out with the books you've read and it would count towards your house. I wasn't really participating other than reading my TBR and filming these vlogs. Anyway, that's the end of this video. Very anticlimactic, but I hope you've enjoyed regardless. If you did, then maybe leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. You can talk to me in the comments or on all my social media linked below. I hope you're having a lovely week and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.